time.How. But in the meantime, I want to go back because if you were with us for the very first item, remember the CC Plus with the Nude Glow, our foundation? A lot of us like to set our foundation for the day. I have oily skin, so I really need to set my makeup. Some prefer because they don't want the heat and the humidity to kind of melt their makeup away. But this is a great way, maybe you can see it on Des, she already has hers open, a great way to lock in your makeup for the day, but to blur away the lines and the wrinkles. And instead of making them more obvious and making pores more obvious, this loose powder stops all of that from happening. Now, we've got a value here. Normally, you pay $32 for the powder, $50 for the brush. We're gonna charge $36 instead of $82, which is the common price. And Desiree, it's one color for all skin shades out there. We don't have to pick our color shade here.
Right, so Bye Bye Pores, we developed Bye Bye Pores to be almost like airbrush for your skin. So if you've ever wondered what your skin would look like airbrushed, or maybe you've had your skin airbrushed maybe for a wedding or a special event in your life, and you probably thought, wow, my skin looks amazing. Well, we wanted to develop that, but something that we could use every day in real life whenever we wanted to just have our most beautiful skin. So think of it as you're airbrushing in a jar, your favorite social media picture filter in a jar. And I'm going to show you how to use it. So Bye Bye Pores is a loose setting powder. It is talc-free, so it never gets thick or cakey. It doesn't crease or crack and settle into fine lines. We've actually taken hydrolyzed collagen, hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid. So even though it's a powder, it is still anti-aging. It is still hydrating on the skin. So I'm going to actually apply this to half of my face so that you can see the difference, and so is Suzanne in a minute.
Okay.
So you saw me pick up just a little bit of the Bye Bye Pores pressed loose powder, and I'm just gonna kind of press it around the eye area. This is our #1 best-selling powder brush. So if you're putting on maybe blushes or bronzers or any powder product that you want to go on smoother, this is gonna be great for you. It sets the under eye area. I met so many women at the event this weekend
tell me.
that they were like, I love to wear mascara, but it always bleeds into the under eye area, and then it looks like I have like these raccoon eyes. I was like, are you setting your concealer? And they said, no. And I said, well, what happens when the concealer meets the mascara on the lower lash line? It actually emulsifies it and makes it melt. So look at this half of my face.
Okay.
See how this half of my face actually looks smoother? It's like you can't even see a pore if you try to find a pore. And it's nice because what you want when you have texture on your skin, whether it's from rosacea or breakouts, it kind of is bumpy and textured. This is going to give the illusion that it's smooth, and then you can see this side that's not done. But we'll do it on Cheryl too.
Okay, so remember, you get both the brush and the loose powder together for $82 when it should have been $30. Oh, excuse me, I did that wrong. You're going to get it for $36 together when it should have been $82. And it's one color. So Desiree and Cheryl are not the same color. When we go back to Suzanne, she's a different skin color, but everybody's going to use this one shade of powder.
Okay, so here we're seeing Cheryl. Now she has Bye Bye Pores pressed on this half of the face. You can see how smooth and poreless her skin looks. Now on this side of the face, she hasn't set it yet. So you can actually see she has some excessive oil. She has a little bit of excess shine. If you have any lines or texture, watch what we're gonna do here. We're gonna take the brush. I'm gonna start up under the eye.
Okay.
So this is going to set anything under the eye area, and it also is going to make it look so much smoother. It's not going to crease or crack, and see how when I just put it, sweep it along the forehead, it instantly erases.
It's so blurring.
The look of any lines or wrinkles or texture. If you have pores on your nose that are visible, if you have a face that eats makeup, this is going to solve that issue. So you can see how everything just looks smooth and soft on this side just from adding Bye Bye Pores.
And it's not thick, it's not chalky. If you've done finishing powders and you haven't been pleased and you haven't been satisfied, maybe they were a thicker substance, but my gosh, look at Cheryl. So it did not cover the skin. Remember, we used the very first item that we learned about when we started together at 4 o'clock to cover the skin. That's the CC Plus with the SPF and the skincare loving ingredients and the Nude Glow finish. And then we topped it off with the Bye Bye Pores loose powder.
So beautiful.
And if you aren't using a powder, oh my gosh, get on the phone lines, try this one. You'll get the brush you need, you get the powder that you're gonna want,
right.
And you don't pay $82, you pay $36, and you'll never go back to to powderless days again, because it really
Right.
does make a big difference.
And when you hear the word powder, I think lately we've been trained we don't wear powders anymore. Well, that's not necessarily true. Powders and makeup can have a profound impact in a positive way on our skin and the way our skin looks and feels in a good way. What you don't want to do is use a powder with talc in it, because talc is what's going to make your skin look thick and dry and cakey. So Suzanne has Bye Bye Pores on just this one side of her face on the left side of your screen. See how it looks smooth? And then you can see, but not only, so do you see the shine on the right side of your screen there on top of her cheekbone? You can see the shine, but you also see a little bit of texture.
Yes.
So if you just apply, just tap it right onto the top of the cheekbone. Look at that.
Gone. Bye,
It,
shine.
it absorbs. And you know, shine sometimes can be good.
Yeah.
Sometimes we want shine. I wouldn't say shine. I'd say sometimes we want glow. But what you're not taking away the life and the beauty of your skin. You're almost refreshing and resetting your skin. So think about these hot summer months. We're out running around, we're at events, we're going in and out of different climates.
Oh gosh.
And our skin our makeup starts to break down.
Yeah.
This is how you refresh and reset it. I'm also thinking about, like, yeah, that's the everyday, but what about the weddings and the graduations and all the special events that we're going to be going to?
True. Well, and with age, our skin changes. And I'm not just talking about like those teenage years, right? And when we were 20 and 30, but as we hit the big birthdays and now we're 60 and 70 and 80, if you're still using the same makeup routine that you were using 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, shake it up. Mix it up and do it today with your $36 price instead of your over $80 price. I mean, look at Alicia's skin. Now we're talking flawless.
So beautiful. I mean, so Alicia and I have very similar skin in the sense that we have very sensitive acne-prone skin. So a lot of times if you're someone with acne-prone skin, you have breakouts, or you're someone with visible pores and texture, how do you make your skin look smooth?
Yeah, so
Bye Bye
true.
Pores is the perfect way to make your skin appear smooth, even if it's not. And it is for all skin tones. It goes on clear. It looks white in the jar, but it